Yes, it is another Friday and we are here. You know how we do it? We come here every Friday and I bring you different couples who come to share their love journey with us. They come to encourage us, to tell us that it is possible to do marriage. And so if you're out there and maybe you've been going through struggles and hardships in your marriage and you feel like you want to give up, no, you need to listen to these stories because they're stories of hope. The couples I bring here, they come to bring us hope and tell you that marriages work. Yes, and here we strongly believe that marriages work. And as always I say, it is work. For it to work, it requires some work. And so you must work for it so that it can work. And this is Couples Will Show. This is where we write down our love when we are alive. For we don't want our love stories to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love stories to be read when we are gone. And my name is Willie Kinyash. I'm a Dr. Love, and out there they call me the Undisputed. And you know what? I'm having an amazing couple. I met them when they were freshly wedded. And today, they are having good time. And so I am hosting Dr. Elias together with his lovely wife Liz and Wanajita the Barazas. And stay there because we are going to have an amazing time together with them. And remember, we are coming to you live from Maxland Hotel. Maxland Hotel is found in Juja City Mall. And so anytime you are along Thika Road, this is the place to be. Back to my guests, the Barazas. Dr.
Yes.
Good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Anytime. It's been long.
For like 7
And your lovely wife.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been 8 years.
Yes, 8 years.
And here we are. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Kindly say hi to our viewers and introduce yourself.
Ladies first, of course.
Hi, how are you? Everyone, my name is Liz. I'm born again. I love God. And we are so happy to be here this day. I pass it over to my lovely husband, Dr. Karibu.
Yes, my name is Dr. Elias Walela. I'm born again. This is my wife, Liz, as she says. We are blessed with 3 children so far, and we thank God. We have been married for 8 years now, and as Dr. Love says, we have an amazing marriage, and we thank God for it. As you mentioned, of course, we are working on, we work for the marriage to work.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
But with commitment, we are doing well. We thank God.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's somewhere you've said 3 kids so far. What does that mean? There's another one coming.
that is story for another day.
Oh, by the way, we have 3 kids. One is a boy, the first boy. Then we have 2 daughters. Yes, 2 children. So, we were discussing we need to have 2 boys and 2 girls. So, can you make it possible?
Maybe I can talk about that just a little bit, kidogo. My son and the dad here, they give me hard time. My son keeps on telling me, no, mommy, I need a brother. Because, now I have 2 sisters. I don't have a brother, so I want to have a brother. And I always tell him, no, you have cousins, and they are boys.
Yeah.
So you're not the only boy.
But
and
again,
again,
they are not his brothers.
he always challenge me and tell me, no, those are my cousins. They are not my brother. I need a brother. So I told them that one we'll discuss some other time. But for now, I don't think that one will work. But we'll see.
Really, as I said, my wife, you just need to be willing and obedient. If you're willing and obedient, you're the fruit of the land.
Yes.
So if you're just willing and obedient, the 2 things. One, God has told us to replenish and fill the earth.
Yes.
So we are just obeying the word of God. We have an extra. When you add even children, you are just willing and obedient.
Yes.
And you are fulfilling God's will.
Willie, let me tell you something. Since we got married, 2015, firstborn. 2018, secondborn. 2020, thirdborn. So I can tell you, there's no one time we stopped buying diapers and wipes. Because after the firstborn came immediately the secondborn. So we have been buying diapers every now and then. So when the small one left the diaper thing, so I was like, oh, phew, no, I'm happy. At least now I can go back to my dresses, to my high heels. For like 6-7 years, I've not even put high heels. I was like, no, I don't think I'm ready to go back.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Okay, so the issue is about diapers. She has mentioned very clearly 2015, firstborn, 2018, secondborn, 2020, thirdborn. Now in 2023, we don't have a firstborn. That's the so it's about a continuous process.
That one we'll see about it. We'll discuss with Hansley. I'll have a talk with my son. If we agree, I believe you shall be okay with that. Okay. If my son says okay,
we can have a session. We can bring our son.
Thank you so much. We are going to do that. So, guys, where did you meet?
Wow. Do I start? Start.
You can start.
I start. In 2014. In 2014, I was very single, and several years single by then. And I was not searching. I was living at around the Greenspan Mall. Around Greenspan. And there was Worldcup, I think. There was Worldcup. And that evening, Netherlands was playing with Mexico. I decided to go to that mall, Greenspan Mall, to watch the game on the big screen. It was in the evening around 7 p.m. So I was staying there alone on a table. Then at around 8:30, I think before the game began, I felt a tap on my shoulder by one assistant to my wife. And what was she asking? She was asking if they can join me on the table. Since I was alone, and the screen is before me, so they also wanted to watch the game at Greenspan Mall on that night. So they came. Next to me was a friend of hers called Milka. My wife was seated next to Milka. My wife's sister was seated next to me on the right. Yes, Joyce. And then the husband, Eustace, was sat on the far right, on my far right. So I was put in the middle of them, two this side, two this side. And then, of course, can I say the rest is history?
No.
What happened? We watched the game, and we were taking drinks, of course. So after the game ended, immediately I wanted to leave, but she was always leaving us on the table and going to the washrooms. And I got an opportunity once. She left once, and I told the Milka, the friend, that that girl is beautiful. Is she your sister? Then Milka said, yes, it's my sister. Okay, from a different mother. So she's light skinned, and her sister is also light skinned. But so I mentioned she's beautiful. Not to her, of course. So she came back, we were just chatting. We were not even talking much with her. So when it came for time for me to leave, you know what I did? I ordered a drink for her alone. And in the chit chats we were having, I just realized she had come from Dubai to Kenya, and she was thinking of getting a house to relocate from her sisters so that she can have her own house. So I offered to look for a house.
A house. What the hell?
Thank God I gave a permanent home. From house to permanent home. So of course from the conversation of looking for a house, that's when I got her number. She offered the number. And you know what I did? I saved her. My wife. I saved her my wife from that day. Seriously. I saved her my wife. So as they say, I left them that night, and of course I followed up to look for a house. And the rest is history. It's a long story from there. In short, of course, from there, we started going out. We went for movies. We went for dinners together. Of course, the first date was a movie by there. Was it a Century building? Century Cinema, the Highmark in town. It was nice. The rest is history. That's how we met.
Let's hear her version.
Of the same.
You have a different version?
Do you have a different version?
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
But maybe I can say just some few things. It's true. We met that day. It was on a Sunday. I remember it was on a Sunday. I had came.
It was on a Sunday.
It was. It was specifically on Sunday afternoon, because I remember I was with my sister Joyce and the husband Eustace and my friend Milka. So my sister said we want to go and do some deliveries at Greenspan Mall, Cubano. It was called Cubano. Yeah. So we went, and the place was packed. And that day I didn't want to go. I was like, do I go or do I not? Milka said, let's go. So we just happened to go. Nilikuwa tu nimetoka Dubai. I was like, I was seeing Kenya life. It was a bit different. And of course, I was staying with my sister the first 1 week. So I decided I don't want to live with my sister because, she's married and you understand. So I said, let me just get a house. Although I had not come, I was not here. I had not decided to settle in Kenya. I wanted to go to Dubai. I have, not to Dubai, Germany. I came from Dubai. I wanted to go to Germany because I was tired with Dubai. So that time, that's when we met my lovely husband here. So I remember Joy said, no, where are we going to see? This place is packed. And she decided to move around and to look for a seat. And then she came and told us, I've got a guy, I found a guy there, but he said it's okay, we can move over. And we went, we joined him. But now, what got my sister so mad with my friend Milka, when he was leaving, as he said, he bought me a drink. He never bought the rest. And they were like, Milka was telling me, akiuchali. Yani ameona sisi wengine si watu. How can he? And then my sister was mad as well. Ati that guy, nana niambia ati your sister is beautiful. Na hizo to buy, you know Kenyan, the way we are. Yeah. You cannot buy for one person, surely. Yes. So we were expecting, after saying I'm beautiful, na metuongelesha, now we have become friends. Atafue meza. Now, this guy, we have watched the game together. Amewambia the way I'm beautiful. Lakini, after the game, ameninunulia only me. Yes. So, like, Milka was like, this guy is not serious. No, that is so wrong. So, when he left, we decided with Milka to go and peep. If this guy, who he is, does he have a car? Yeye ni nani? He has told us he lives just here behind the mall. So you are like, okay. It's like umetoka Dubai, you have just met a guy who is interested in you. You're not there, but you want to know who is this guy, who is acting so different. We believe other people, you buy everyone drinks, but this one is different. Yeah. So tukakimbia kwa balcony with Milka. We checked, we were looking, and we could not see this guy. But we said, since he said he just lives behind, maybe he didn't even come with his car, it's just crossing. And we said, okay. When he calls me, because he has offered to help me look for a house, we'll see. And that was it. until when he called me and he invited me for movie date. So I was like, hata nyumba hujanitafutia. Ati no, but hapa where I live, there's a house. I remember there's a house, and even he took me. I remember there's a lady called Wahoo, and this guy introduced me to Wahoo, and I went there, nikaonyeshwa the area. But the thing is, after we went now for movie, things started changing and turning around.
Which
so
What happened?
I did not change.
So I remember we went for movie. I was with Milka, my friend that time, and we came from Shago, and this guy was waiting for me in town. We were a bit late, but we met. We had dinner together with my friend Milka. But now Milka once again was mad because movie was booked for only 2 people, and we were always walking with her.
Yes.
So we were like, ujalipiwa, so we were in the movie. But she was like, it's okay, you just go, because the guy is interested in you. You just go and listen to him, and you'll meet me at home. And we left. I left Milka, and then we went together now for movie. And now from movie, it is what it is.
Did you ever realize that he had saved your name as my wife?
I came to know about that later. Now when we started dating, you see, now this was the first day, the movie thing, and then we stayed after like some few days again, dinner, and then he started calling me and following me, and I was not ready. Actually,
taking to have fruits.
I was I got by the way, I got a house in South Bean. We moved in with Milka, my friend. You remember I told you she's someone who matters. She's close. So I got a house in South Bean. So my dear lovely husband here, he was calling me, he was checking on me, he was coming to see. In fact, hata hakuwa amekuja kwa hiyo nyumba, because we had agreed with my friend in where we live, we will not entertain men. This is just a girl's house. If you want to go out, if you want to date, you just go. But these are our home. So how this guy ended coming there, he just came to know where I went, and just to know my house, because alikuwa ananisaidia, he was an agent. As per the saying.
Daktari turned to be an agent.
No, wait, let me ask 2 questions. One, did you expect me to buy more drinks? Yet I just wanted you. That is one. Secondly, I wanted to take you for a movie. Why should I have paid for your friend? For your friend. Of course. I explained all those. That matter was settled. Yeah, I don't have any questions to answer. I was met up to Milka. He met her this year. Yeah, but of course I got what I wanted.
Wow. So it was a beautiful journey. That's
so you dated for how long?
Okay, we dated
few months.
Few months?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You remember, we met in 2014, around it was July, it was around July. So, we started dating that time, end of July, and by December, we were now serious. So...
July?
Yes.
July 2014,
Yes. So by now December, we were serious about it.
So like 5 months?
Yes.
What do you mean by we were serious?
You know...
we were not serious.
To your parents?
No, it's like this. As I told you, I was not ready to date. And I came from Dubai. I didn't want to settle in Kenya. So yeah, I was on transit, and I didn't want to marry, to be married here in Kenya. So I just wanted to move and move. You know, when you stay abroad.
You wanted to get married to a Kenyan?
No, even if it's a Kenyan, but I was not ready. That time, I was not so ready. Because I wanted to go and work somewhere else. You know, my life, when you live abroad, you come back to Kenya, there's something that you normally feel. You don't want to settle because you have goals, you have a dream, and you're focused. So I knew I'm here. I tell you, who is God? He's amazing.
Yes.
So I was on transit. So I had to look for a house, like to stay for like a month or two before I get my visa. I was looking for a visa, Czech Republic visa. I wanted to go to Germany. And I had planned to go to embassy. I was told what to do. So that's why I got a house. So I didn't want to get in a relationship because I knew I'm going. And I didn't want to get someone and then I had break their feelings. So I was telling Milka, this guy, I'm not serious. I'm not serious. I want to go. So my husband here, he was my fiancé back then. So when we started dating, the first month, as I was working, I was now started my planning for things. I told him I want to go to Germany, and he promised me. He told me no, it's okay because I'm doing my MBA at KU. Just wait for me. I'm finishing. He was graduating that year, 2015. Let me get my MBA and then we can go together. And I was like, okay, because you're graduating in December, it's okay. I can wait for you. But I don't want, I made it so clear, I don't want to stay in Kenya. Kenya is not my thing. I want to go to Germany. I want to go and work abroad because that's why I left Kenya in the first place when I was going to Dubai. And before I went to Dubai, I looked for a US visa, it's called what? Visa. It was a student visa, which I didn't get. But I never gave up. I said, now let me try something else. I tried Dubai and I got. So I stayed there. And so when now I told him I don't want to stay here and he promised me we'll go. So Nika relax. I was like, okay, let me give him time. And then December I come Bali. So that's when we dated until December. But something happened between now that time. And I don't know. He'll say why I didn't peleka up to today.
Okay. Daktari, what happened? December came, you have graduated,
yes.
You were to go to Germany.
Yes.
What happened?
I helped him in his graduation together with Milka, my friend.
Of course.
Hey, this Milka. Milka, thank you so much.
They were very close. Everywhere they are together. They are together. And I think Milka maybe
Are you still friends with Milka?
Yes, we are.
I took a friend away from her. But really, those times when I used to visit their house with Milka in South B. But I used to leave work at sometimes in the evening at 7 in town. I go to the place na buy fruits na wapelekea. Siku nabeba flower. Fruits. By the fruits pekee na mix my apples, my oranges, beba na maembe. Napeleka. So you lied to me. Remember the day I came to bring fruits, I knocked on the door. No one is there.
He never gave me notice. He never said he was coming.
So I called. Hey, where are you? I'm just around hapa. Hakujua I'm at the door. I'm just around to step out a bit. But I'm just around home. I waited 1 hour. So I knocked on the neighbor's door. It was a lady's room. So, but the lady, of course, she understood. I didn't enter, of course, the room. But I just explained I've come to see my girlfriend in this home.
And she's not there.
She's not here. Can you please maybe keep for her these fruits? When she comes, you can just give her. She accepted. So I left the fruits with the neighbor. And that's how I left that evening. Like me, you were coming.
Willie, let me tell you. Willie, remember we had said our house, it's not men goes on.
Of course I knew.
Okay. And you came to know about it later. And again, he never told me he's coming. So it was prompt. So he just came abrupt without even calling, without texting, without telling me I'm coming. So how do you expect someone to be at home?
No, but of course, just say I stepped up and come in the house at 9.
But we met later.
I'm coming. I'm
So you waited for her for one hour.
But I was running away. As I told you, I didn't want to heartbreak him. So I told Milka I'll not go. because this guy, now this is serious. And I come even without telling us. So this one, no. So I was running away. That is the truth.
But of course, later she realized I didn't have a car. I was coming in my to visit her. And in fact, after some time, when we were together for some time, I was staying in Harambee Estate. Harambee Estate is adjacent to Greenspan Mall. The estate is up on the Columbia. They were meeting to see those estates, how they are up there. So, to cut the long story short, I think she visited me. She used to visit, she used to come with an Uber. Then on leaving, I'm taking her to matatu. Tunataka niakaingize matatu na kuna high heels.
Ilikuwa kubwa kushinda hii 6 inch. And this guy wanted me to kupanda matatu, and I was like, nimetoka abroad where we normally use cabs every time. And here comes the guy who is dating me. And anipandisha matatu.
I'm used to matatu.
I was like, why?
You're just yourself.
Yes. It was so annoying. Let me tell you, that thing was so annoying. It was pissing me off. I'm like, mimi hata sijakaa Kenya more than 1 month. And now unanipandisha mat. No.
So I think
I said I'll never. I told my sister, sitawahi enda kwa huyo guy tena.
No. Chose to break the relationship.
And then when I went to visit him, nyumba yake imejaa watu hivi. He does not even live alone. He lives with Kim, his friend, akina Tosh, and so the sister and other many people. So I was like, how do you even live?
Mashemeji.
Mashemeji Waluya. I was like, so Walunjis, this is the way they are.
I used to stay with friends. Kim is my best friend from campus, even up to today. We have done a lot together. He was my roommate, everything together, Christian Union, even life. So we were staying with Kim. Of course, we were sharing even the expenses in the house with Kim. But there's a time, I remember even in my house, the house had 12 people at one time.
Yeah.
How big was the room?
It was a 2-bedroom.
2-bedroom. 12 people. At one time it was 12 people in Umoja, but of course, at Greenspan, the Harambee Estate was 1 bedroom. Was 1 bedroom. Big. So we were having 2 days in the bedroom. So we were around 7 people or 6, like that. So I was saying me, Kim, Tosh. At the time when we were in Umoja, Tosh brought brother. The brother came with a cousin. The cousin sister took her brother in. Who was come from school. And then I was with my sister who was schooling then at the university. My sister Derry. And then
another one, Milka.
And another Milka. At a time we were 12 in that room. So 3 could sleep in 1 bedroom, 2 in the other bedroom,
and
others in the sitting room, others on the chair.
And the girls.
See, one in the bedroom, and you're not hapo kwa bed, hapo chini to go to movies. You know, you were into movies a lot and series.
Yes. They were all single. So you can imagine Willie, this guy when he went to introduce me to the family. So I didn't know hata wanakaa wengi, or the brother, the sister, and friends. So I was like, what? It was so uncomfortable.
What kind of lifestyle is this?
I was like, hey. So that day I visited. Nilienda nikaambia my sister, this is the last day. This is the last time to see that guy. I'll never pick his phone calls. I'll never visit him again. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. Because I was like, hey, I don't think I'm ready for such kind of relationship. So I said, enough. It's over. And I had made up my mind, and that was the end of picking his phone calls, any communication, until he came looking for me. I remember in Buruburu, the guy came with flowers, chocolate. He came to Buruburu. I refused to go out. I said, I'm not going. I don't want to meet him. Mwambie siko, the house girl. Just tell him I'm not there. And he said, okay, if he's not there, akapeana chocolate na flowers. I think nikaachiwa na house girl. Na niko kwa nyumba ikaletwa sasa. Sasa nilikuwa kwa my sister. Sikuwa nimeenda huko South Bay. So I think at some time, so I was like, my sister kaniambia, hey, and this guy amekuletea hata chocolate ile kubwa and flowers. I was like, na hajui hata nimemlenga kwa nini juu sikumwambia the reason. Ni ile you just see, unaona me I'm not ready for this to until here we are and we are happy. Wow. We thank God.
But you know, even in all those situations and all the happening, one thing, the first thing I gave her was, at least she had given my password in my phone. She could access my phone anytime. She could know if I have money or not. In fact, I think I borrowed her money during that time.
And I gave him all the money I had in my account, by the way.
I borrowed money from her. I was awesome. You borrowed money from her.
He got a business deal and he knew he would make money. So he told me, I need to buy something I want to sell. So, and I need you to add me some money if you have. I told him it's okay. We went to Equity ATM in Baraza. I withdrew all the money I had. I gave him.
I think it was 40K.
It was 40K.
You love this guy.
Yes. Oh. I gave him and akaenda akatumia and then he gave me back.
Of course, I funded.
Oh, you funded.
And of course, the profits we go together.
This guy didn't. I knew he was having a job, but my sister told me, I think this guy is a broker. He does not even work at St. Paul's University. Well, he's telling you where he worked there. Has he ever taken you there, introduced you to anyone? No. There's a time he told me he's taking pizza to some of his friends in school. So we went together, but he left me in the car. To mention, I had a car. When I came back, I bought a car from my dad. So I even had a car, he didn't have a car. So we went with the car I had. And we bought pizza to go and take to some friends at school. He left me outside. Kwa stage, not even inside university. Outside. And he went with the pizzas. He went inside this university. And then he came back. And I was like, what? My sister she was sure what she was.
This guy is a broker.
How can someone leave you? And now you're dating, leave you outside, not even inside the university. You see, like the way we're in Maxland. Sasa mtu aniache huko nje.
Huko barabara huko
Thika Road. And you're telling me you work there. I said this day.
Let me clarify. It just happened. The period I met her, I was on leave. I was by then I was working as an accountant at St. Paul's University in the accounts office. So I was on leave. I had some errands to run to the Muru. Apparently I needed some money from the bank. I wanted them to give me a loan. And of course I wanted a loan to buy a car. The first car.
But it was not I never gave him pressure to buy a car. I think he felt intimidated. I have a car.
I done driving in 2011. So, but from 2011 to 2014, I never driven my own car. So I wanted to take a loan to buy a car. Apparently, we were together. So by me taking up St. Paul's, I didn't know she's spying if I really work there. So I thought I want to take some pizza to my friends. And my boss was called Mr. Njao, close university, and I the finance manager. So I decided, let me take some pizza to them. As I'm on leave, just to say hi as I step out. So I went with her. Park gari nje ya bank. You know, National Bank is next to Impossible.
Yeah.
So I parked outside and I entered inside in the Matako gari. So I think everything the sister told her was falling in place. This guy is not supposed to even work there. Did you take me to the bank?
And he had told me to spy on this guy. Yes, nilikuwa ananidanganya and he has made me not even to go to Germany.
Yeah.
And here he is telling me he works there and he has left me.
But you know, even when I borrowed money from her, you know, I was just trying to survive, to make ends meet. I used to do everything I can get on the way, even brokerage. But like sema, sina buy nini nauza. I felt any little opportunity I can take on.
Wow.
I used to do.
Wow.
Business advantage.
So at what point do you make now your relationship to be official That is, the parents now are aware, the family is aware. That's what we want to do.
I remember during that period in 2014, as our younger sister was schooling in Nakuru. So they were having a visit to visitation school visitation to our daughter. So I don't know how we decided, but I accompanied her to the place. So the dad was working in Kisumu, I think. So he drove from Kisumu to that place. Mom was coming from Ukurueni to there, so we went there. That's the first time I met their parents. And of course, unakaa unaangalia mpango tu hapa hivi. I don't know what they'll say. Of course, I never introduced myself. I just introduced his father as my friend. I think you introduced me as just a friend.
And now I can tell you, I'm a Kikuyu that way.
That was another point.
Yes. Now, this is the climax here. You know, in 2007, we had violence in Kenya. It was the election violence. And my dad was working in Kisumu. He was doing very well. He had a big hotel in one of the malls in Kisumu. So the election affected him so much because these people destroyed his property and he got so hurt. I remember. So he had said, none of my daughters we are for
Will ever
get married to these guys. These guys from Western. I've lived with them. By the way, I've lived with them, I've worked with them because he was working there, he had employed them.
Yeah.
He saw the destruction and everything. So my dad had said, never ever, be it demoyo kana demo. You know how Kikuyu
dead or alive.
Dead or alive. No. So to introduce him home, it was a bit hectic. So what I decided, let's just go. They meet. Sitakuwa nimesema kwanza. I just wanted dad to meet him and they see him. But my sister knew, of course, he's a lawyer guy. In fact, when we met at Greenspan, I thought he's a Lumo. You know the way he walks like this, and the way he has big phones, iPhone, a big light. So I thought he's a Lumo. I came to know later he's a Lumo. I was like, yes, I thought you were a Lumo. So we met with mom and dad. My mom, she's boy, she's a cold woman. She's born again. After she has, as long as you're happily married. And she's a prayerful woman. So I had said, okay, let me see. So after my dad met him, that's when I told him now later, this guy is a lawyer. He's serious with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to come home. So dad was hesitant at the first.
Stop at that point. You pick it from there.
Yeah.
How did your dad react knowing that this guy is a lawyer and he had said, with Peter
it's not even about
yeah.
Even your place, you should not get married to a king.
How do you get married to a queen?
You pick it from there next Friday. And so it was nice having you here. Thank you so much for coming. And to our viewers, what have you learned from this couple? They have such a lovely love story, and we'll pick it from there coming Friday. So make sure that coming Friday you will tune in so that we can continue from there. Yes, and this is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love when we are alive, for we don't want our love stories to be read when we are gone. And that is why the Barazas, they had to come and share their love journey with us. So thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Willie Kinyash. I'm a Dr. Love. See you on Friday. And if this is your first time to be here, kindly make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because great things are happening here every Friday at 9:45 p.m. See you on Friday.